If we continue as we're going now, where do you foresee the United States ending up?
Nowhere. There won't be a United States in the year 2000 if we continue the way we're going. It'll be a barren, eroded country, a desert.
Is there some kind of practical, concerted action that can be taken?
Yes, concerted action is less action. Quiet down. Stop this perpetual agitation to go somewhere. Get the future, see? The future is nothing but an abstraction. There is no future.
It is saying, don't fritter away the moment. Every moment, present moment, is sacred moment. And live it. There's nothing else to do, as a matter of fact. You can't escape that. But so many people bolt their lives like bolting food. And then they wonder where it's all gone. You can, you know, slow down time. Everybody feels in a rush. That Robinson Jeffers says time goes faster in California than anywhere else in America. Because that's everybody's been following the sun. And then they got stopped by the Pacific Ocean. And then the sun went down, and they're still going west as far as possible to lengthen the day, to lengthen life, to hang on to this in the hope that somewhere along the line, someday, somehow, that great voluptuous goody you were looking for is going to turn up. Never does. Because you can't seek it tomorrow. You can only find it now. The trouble is, of course, that the average person who cooks in our culture is a harassed housewife who has to do this every day to get meals ready for children and adults who are fundamentally in a hurry to do something else other than eat. Breakfast in the morning is usually a madhouse because everybody has to get up to get the children off to school in time and get the husband of the family off to work in time. And this is usually postponed to the last minute, among other reasons, because, of course, going to bed the night before was postponed to the last minute. It enables us to continue our biological existence in order to what? Make money. Or be cultured. And people who listen to music or go to plays or read books with the motivation of becoming cultured people never listen to the music, don't understand the play, and don't really read books. Because they always have one eye on what kind of person this activity is turning me into, what status it gives me. Therefore, one never really does it.
This Zen master in San Francisco, Suzuki Roshi, is particularly admired by his students for achieving an enormous amount of work without ever seeming to make the slightest effort. He can move bigger rocks than any of the tough young men who are working along with him. And working in such a way that you never strain yourself because you never rush. You don't have in mind the goal and wanting to get there in the greatest possible hurry. You have in mind simply that every phase of doing the work which will eventually arrive at that goal is as much worth doing as when you're playing music. You are involved completely in the production of the sounds as they go along without hurrying them to reach the end. That's the same with sex. A lot of people are in a hurry to reach the end, and therefore they never have sexual satisfaction because they have nothing but orgasms.
But what a degradation, you see, of the human being. You've got to be someone who's got to run for a bus now, you see. You have to stroll rather than rush. And that slows you down. Because, you see, all people who are in a rush are not related to the material present. Supposing, let's take, you're in a rush to get coffee when you get up in the morning. So what do? You take instant coffee. And that's a punishment for being in a hurry. It doesn't taste of coffee, not really. So because you forced it, it's like forcing the growth of tomatoes. They don't taste of tomatoes anymore. So this is very important. This is showing that we aren't here. We're insane. We're not all there, as they say. But trying to get to something, the result, the thing we thought we wanted, the thing that we thought would be what would make us happy. You've got to get something.
Time is strictly an illusion. There is no such thing as time. The measurement of time is a measure of motion, just like lines of latitude and longitude are a measure of the geographic surface of the earth. There is, however, such a thing as timing, which is quite different from time. Timing is skillful rhythm. But you cannot ever attain proper timing if you hurry. If you're in a hurry to get to the future. Because the future is never going to arrive. So if you hurry to get to the future, you always get a punishment for it. For example, instant coffee. TV dinners. The sort of food they serve on airplanes. Or beef that is cooked in electronic ovens where you push the switch and a whole roast is done. It isn't. It's heated through. It's not roasted. And all these things are awful because they are the result of the illusion of time. That there is something that is good for us and that we're going to get to. And so this is the result of an educational system which is completely geared to literary and mathematical pursuits, which trains everybody to be clerks, insurance salesmen, and bureaucrats. And then only for people who are considered too stupid to be intellectuals, to go on to college. So the basic arts of life in our culture, farming, cooking, dressing, furnishing, lovemaking, are utterly neglected. There is no sophisticated training widely available in any of these things for the average person. And so that's the reason why there is nothing on which to spend the time that we save and the money we earn, except trash. So fake cars, pasteboard houses, bread made of squishy styrofoam, vitamin-enriched, and all that sort of thing, you see, because of the illusion, we've fallen for the illusion of time. So only what is absolutely necessary for a culture, that means a society of cultivated people, is the cultivation and devotion to the present, to the material world, rather than to the purely theoretical world.